Hey now, what is up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got back after seeing Resident Evil, the final chapter. Yes, this is a 2017 film that is indeed supposedly the last Resident Evil movie, at least of this iteration. These movies have been going on since 2002. And this is the 6th installment. It is once again written and directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, and we see Milla Jovovich back as Alice. And Alice, after the events of the last movie, you're almost... It's funny when you go from movie to movie with this series because a bunch of characters who you thought was important just seem to disappear. She's on her own once again. The world is shit, desolated, and she's trying to survive from zombies and creatures until she finds out that there is a cure out there that could possibly end this virus infection. So she has to go back to Raccoon City and find it. Now, what I thought of Resident Evil, the final chapter, is I did not hate this movie. In fact, I kind of enjoyed the movie. I did. And it's funny because I went into it a little tired, it was a long night, and I just said, okay, let me just watch this movie, get it over with, even though I kind of was looking forward to it, but today I was tired. Now, watching the movie, I never fell asleep, which is a huge plus because every once in a great while that does happen. I see a movie that just I start to doze off in. But this movie, it's so fast-paced, it's so action-packed, so much goes on that you're never bored. I'm not saying you might care about every single little thing going on, but you're definitely never bored. Let's talk about Alice, played by Milla Jovovich, and Milla Jovovich has been playing this character for so long. Like I said, 6 movies now, and it's one of those situations where if you're a huge fan of the video games, apparently you're supposed to hate these movies. And I'm somebody who, I've played the games, not every single one, but I've played the earlier ones especially, and I enjoy the movies. Maybe they're guilty pleasures, or maybe I just like them. I think they're fun, they're dumb, you can go along with it and see a lot of cool stuff in it. They're promoting this movie as the final chapter, and there's elements in this movie, especially concerning Alice and her backstory. And a lot is revealed about her that we never knew before. And so in those ways, yeah, it does feel like the last one. In those ways, it does feel like we're finally getting closure on this story, and a lot is revealed, so I like that. I like finding more out. Ali Larter back as Claire Redfield, and that was nice because Ali Larter, not only do I like her, but that character did a lot in this series, and it just seems like they forgot about her in the last movie. She's back here. This new group of survivors who, a lot of them honestly are interchangeable. There are scenes where they're being chased by creatures and some of them are dying, and I can't tell which is which and which one's getting killed off. Like, it's hard to notice who is who or care about them. Ruby Rose plays one of these characters, and I literally just saw her like last week in Triple X, the new Triple X. And I know she's going to be in John Wick coming out pretty soon. So I'm a little afraid that she's going to become that next actress that the studios or whoever are going to try to shove her down her throats and say, hey, she's the new star. She's the new action girl. Now, she was fine here. I didn't mind her, and I also didn't mind her in Triple X. But at the same time, I'm not overly wowed by her. So it's like, let's calm down. Let's at least not time all of her movies all at the same time, because I don't ever want to get sick of her. This series has been going on for as long as it has. There are so many characters built up in this series, in each movie, that the ones that are still alive, you almost wonder, well, if this is the last one, why don't you bring back Jill Valentine? Why don't you bring back Chris Redfield? Why don't you bring back some of these characters that I think would have really made this feel like a finale, would have really made this feel like closure, really kind of make it epic? You do have Sean Roberts as Albert Wesker, who was fine, but doesn't honestly do a whole lot. The Red Queen is back as well. Ian Glenn, who was in the second and third movie is back as Dr. Isaacs. And if you've been following this franchise, you might be saying, how the fuck is this guy back? Like, logically it doesn't make sense, but they do explain how he's back. I don't mind the explanation for why he's back. I do feel like if you haven't really been paying attention to the series, or if you're somebody who, yeah, you might have seen them here and there, but you don't remember it as well, you're going to come into this and say, holy fuck, what is going on here? There's this, and there's that, and there's clones, and there's all this crazy shit in the series. So it's really for the diehards. It's really for the people who know what they are coming here for, who know what they already like about the series, the action, the over-the-topness. That's what they want to see. And this movie does give it to you. Like I said, you have the zombies, a whole lot of zombies, hordes of zombies. The special effects are pretty good. And then the action. The action was fine. As much as I can praise the special effects or praise just a horror movie with a big budget like this, I think that's what I like the most about this series. It does have a pretty big budget, but the action, I've complained before about how some of these movies, the action's so slowed down and so much like a Zack Snyder movie sometimes, and I don't hate that, but I didn't love it either. This movie almost went in the opposite direction, where all of the action or the hand-to-hand fight scenes that Alice might have, it's filmed Jason Bourne style, close up, quick cuts, and it's a little jarring, and I kind of wish they didn't go in that route. The final chapter. I'm not going to talk about how this movie ends. I won't spoil it. I promise I won't spoil it, but I will say that as much as this did feel like the final chapter, as much as certain story elements, especially with Alice, it did feel like we were coming to an end, and I was enjoying what they were doing until they did something that was just like, in case we want to do another one, here's this other little thing. And it's like, okay, it doesn't ruin the movie, but I wish they went full-fledged, no, this is the end. No, there aren't going to be any more movies, at least unless they remake it or reboot it or whatever. My rating for the movie, I'm going to give it a matinee. I would recommend, if you're interested, to check this movie out in the theater. I did not see it in 3D because I'm not spending that extra money, but let me know in the comments below if you do plan on seeing Resident Evil, the final chapter, or if you've already seen it, what did you think of it? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!